biology.
And I'm Brooke Taylor, and I teach chemistry.
And additionally, initially we started out with some really broad, term-long ideas of integrating our disciplines, and then we came back kind of to reality, thinking more about assignments that we already did and thinking about how we could improve those in a way that would really help us both and be something that would be very easy to implement.
And we did that with Emily sitting down with us for 20 minutes. So she helped us think about wanting our students to understand many of the resources that are available to help them if they don't understand a concept. So kind of our broad question would be, if they didn't understand something, what were they going to do? And so that they could then kind of go out and research different websites or a variety of things that they could use to help understand a concept.
You know, and this also came out of our conversation with Star, who runs the Science Resource Center, and we talked about how many students utilize that resource and different ways to also supplement their understanding when that resource is overutilized.
Daily.
Yeah.
So we would have them write an introductory writing assignment really early, probably first week in a course, and ask them the first time they didn't understand something, what would they do? And that was pretty much Emily. I just wrote down what she said, but that seemed to really, really fit well. And then we were thinking that some of the things they would come up with different options for textbooks. Our Science Resource Center has bookshelves of past textbooks. When the publishers send us textbooks that we don't adopt, we send them down there, and they're fairly current, so just within a couple years old. Different websites. Lisa uses a lot of YouTube videos and other videos and animations from class, so kind of let the students go out there and find whatever it is they might find. So we put a list of some things, but also kind of asked what else. We want them to be aware of the Science Resource Center and that there are books available there for them. There's computers, there's modeling kits, there's all kinds of tutors.
And additionally, though we're asking this question very broadly initially, we might come back with a focus on a particular topic. Say, let's focus in on action potentials. What things did you find as a student that really helped you understand this? And they could share resources back to us that we could share with the classroom. Yeah, exactly. These students really found this particular video to be helpful, etc.
So we thought it was really focusing on the inquisitiveness and the research and the self-monitoring, and that I think from my perspective in my majors class, I kind of expect them to already know how to be a college student and don't maybe emphasize all of the college resources, and that this would be a really good way to work that in without having to do something totally new or taking up a huge amount of time from the topic. So we're hoping too that they'll start improving their studying skills and also just becoming aware of all the resources that are available at Lane. I think sometimes I get stuck in building 16 and don't wander very far away, so this would be good for me and for the students to learn about everything that's available on campus.
And this again was talking about how the students will practice communicating different ideas with each other, to us, and they will, once they get the procedure down for this type of assignment, we may use it multiple times during the course on different, an action potential, and then the topic that we study next, etc.
So they would be finding new sources of information, and I think really emphasizing the integration, but when we keep coming back to that initial topic and maybe defining it more specifically as we go through the course material, and give them the opportunity to do some writing and some reflecting, which perhaps is maybe not the focus of some of our science classes, like mine. And then also to share with the class discussion that really early on we could have them contribute, things and just kind of put them up on the board so that later on they may be like, oh yeah, somebody mentioned that I could go, to this website, that they will just kind of go there on their own, can provide, kind of be self-tutors or group tutors and work in groups to support each other.
And it also would provide an opportunity for instructors to share tips that they used when they were students, and so for students to realize that that we didn't always know everything, and that, you know, we struggled on exams, and this is what I did when I, you know, had a bad exam, etc. And so I think that also would contribute to college knowledge culture. And so on the midterm or at other opportunities, we'll follow up with students and ask them, you know, which of these things did you actually do, and which were helpful,
and just a little bit of accountability, that if they had this great list of things and then maybe they didn't ever do any of them, that might at least make the connection of maybe why they didn't get that score or grade or whatever that they wanted on the test. So I think some personal responsibility from students is a good thing for that.
But in general, I mean, they're just going to be drawing their information from so many different sources, books, websites, etc., realizing that there's a lot of information, and that if their textbook doesn't work for them, well, then, you know, find information in another way.